wrong one. Got a fairly nifty programme for you tonight, and our guests are those Band of Hope and Glory winners. That was the programme, the Kid Jensen programme competition. That's the Leyton Buzzards. 3 tracks from Millionaires and Teddy Bears, which is a new LP from Kevin Coyne. 5 tracks from Valley of the Dolls, which is the latest from Generation X. And a solid lump of stuff from a new Steve Hillage live double LP, and lots of other lip smackers as well, starting with the members.
Same old boring Sunday morning, old man's out, washing the car. Mum's in the kitchen, cooking Sunday dinner, her best meal, moaning while it's glass. And Johnny is upstairs in his bedroom, sitting in the dark, annoying the neighbours with his punk rock electric guitar. This is the sound. This is the sound of the suburbs. This is the sound of the suburbs. Every lousy Monday morning, his projects go crashing over our home. 10 o'clock, Broadmoor siren, driving me mad, won't leave me alone. Johnny is down there at his window looking at the night. I said, hey, what you listening to? There's nothing there. That's right. This is the sound of the suburbs. This is the sound of the suburbs.
Nicky Tesco and the boys are going to be thrashing away for us on tomorrow night's programme. The members, and that's Sound of the Suburbs, in clear vinyl, no labels, nothing. Another marvellous marketing device from Virgin Records. That's the current single. What else is there to tell you? I think probably nothing. These are the Ruts, and when I was driving into the BBC this evening, I was listening to a cassette I've got of the Ruts, which was excellent, and this single is excellent. If you've not heard it already, you'll know that it's, you won't know that it's excellent, but it is, and we've got a session from them coming up shortly as well. This is In a Rut. Oh yes, so before I go any further, Kid Jerkin sent me this request, which he was given at one of his gigs at Catford, and it's to Steve and Abuse of the Bromley Punks, and this is the record they wanted to hear.
Only just learning. I ain't no king.
wonderful record that is too. Those are the Ruts, and it's on People Unite Records, and it's called In a Rut. You ought to try and get a copy of that, I think. The second LP from Generation X, and it's called Valley of the Dolls. How things change, eh? The lyrics printed on the inner sleeve. What is the world coming to? The LP produced by Ian Hunter, and here's the title track. And 4 more tracks from the album a little later in the programme. Valley of the Dolls, that's Generation X, on Chrysalis. And also on Chrysalis is the new single from Leyton Buzzards, Saturday Night Beneath the Plastic Palm Trees. And the first number they're going to do for us is a version of that. The single is produced by Steve Lillywhite and the session produced by Bob Sargent. Leyton Buzzards.
6 months later, Barnett's there's a place he knows where his older sister and a mate will go. Saturday night beneath the plastic palm trees, dancing to the rhythm of the guns in Navarone. Found my Mecca near Tottenham House Station. I discovered heaven in the Seven Sisters Road. Cruise from Balham and Golders Green, and loads of places I've never been. The stroke of 10, a fight breaks out. See the bouncers scream and shout. Sling him out. He's wearing boots, cry the gangsters dressed in dinner suits. They black his eyes, his nose gets bent. Courtesy of the managed man. Saturday night beneath the plastic palm trees, dancing to the rhythm of the guns of Navarone. Found my American near Tottenham House Station. I discovered heaven in the Seven Sisters Road. Guitar. Eddie Holman slows things down, and you ask a girl to dance, but you get turned down. Maybe it's just not your day. Well, what I want for five bob anyway. I was cool drinking rum and black, and then felt sick on the journey back. I got soaked right through in the pouring rain, but next week I'm going back again. Years have passed, times have changed, and all my life's been rearranged. Now and then, inside my mind, I think of things that I left behind. It brings a smile and then a tear. There's always room for memories here. The laughs I had, mates I met. Oh, there's one place that I won't forget. Saturday night beneath the plastic palm trees, dancing to the rhythm of the guns in Navarone. Found my Mecca near Tottenham House Station. I discovered heaven in the Seven Sisters. Saturday night beneath the plastic palm trees, dancing to the rhythm of the guns in Navarone. Found my Mecca near Tottenham House Station. I discovered heaven in the Seven Sisters Road.
I have to drive along the Seven Sisters Road on my way home, you know. Really interesting. That's the Leyton Buzzards and a version of their new single. It's called Saturday Night Beneath the Plastic Palm Trees, or Plastic Palm Trees, you can take your choice. And in the past few months I've been playing a wealth of old Kevin Coyne tracks in anticipation of his latest, and it's here. It's called Millionaires and Teddy Bears. 3 tracks during the programme. This is the first of them. It's called People.
People living, oh, I love their living. People loving, oh, I love their loving. People giving, oh, I love their giving. People holding,
one of the very, very best, Kevin Coyne, from the new LP Millionaires and Teddy Bears, and that's People. And as I say, 2 more tracks a little later in the programme.
Running around town with Tom, Dick and Harry, trying to get married. You will find yourself ended up in a soda lorry, and you still couldn't get married, y'all. Don't do that. See, you gotta run, but do them kind of something, young lady. Seems to me as if you're getting real crazy. Yeah, you know. I will forgive you, but I'll never forget. No, baby. But until you say, I say you ain't got no confidence. I say you ain't got no conscience. And when me say you ain't got no conscience. Wow! So me say I know perseverance. So me say you to get yourself a clearance. Right on good, but I slip it out here. And a dream woman coming back and say, ain't no bad and look back. Say no bad and look back. When you go dream, no won't be coming back. Or play look back. See the train going down the railroad track. Say you won't be coming back, so don't you look back. And now when I take a stop, I say the king still on the top. I say no bad and look back. Bang down with the singer, say so no turning no back. You know, I when me say the say so no turning no back. Wow! So you ain't got no confidence and you ain't got no confidence. Run around the town with Tom, Dick and Harry. Some me say you ain't gonna get married. Some when you ain't gonna get married. Wow! You gotta sorry. Say you ain't gonna get married. See the train is gonna roll it down the railroad track. So when I take a stack, I say you say nobody look back. I say no turning no back. Bang a song, say no turning no back. Yeah, I wanna say no way to ain't gonna move. Running around town with Tom, Dick and Harry, trying to get a silver married. You gonna find yourself end up in a soda lorry. So you say the way we gonna get married. So don't we say the way we gonna get married. Don't turn it back, and no back will look back. See the dream, no won't be coming back. So don't you lose the back. Say my music gotta run it back. What? You say the way you gotta sorry, you gotta sorry. So me say the way you gotta get married. Now no say no turning no back. Yeah, I wanna say no bad and look back. Yeah, no way you could give me when the sea over on a rebel day. Gotta be you waiting way down. No say no turning no back. Now come running on the track to me. Now you ain't got no confidence and you ain't got no conscience. That's someone say I say I know perseverance. Some don't say you ain't got no confidence. Say you ain't got no conscience. No way you could hear me when I say mama on a rebel day. When I play down beat them when you say no come on down on me. I say I know turning them back to you. So ways I know turning them back. No say that I ain't gonna look back. The train no won't be coming back. So no turning them back. Yeah, you know. Try to do my best for you in any old way. Some say you keep on running around with Tom,
Jerkin was telling me the other day how much he likes that. Am I corrupting the youth? I don't know. Anyway, it's Jar, Son of Africa, the LP. That was you, Roy. And running round the town with Tom, Dick and Harry. I got a phone call this morning from a piranha to tell me that some piranhas had been involved in a car crash on Sunday, and that Zuta Laws, the sax player, was going to be in hospital for 2 or 3 months while the people there reassembled his legs. So I don't suppose you'll be listening, but if you are, Zoot, get well soon, as they say on the radio. And the piranhas are doing a session for us, and they're going to head and do it anyway without Zoot. Hard-hearted people that they are. And so you'll still hear it. From the LP, which features the piranhas, Voltage 78, not the piranhas at all, but Nicky and the Dots.
Two men running, we are not helpless. Two cars coming, dogs get restless. Oh, go get nervous, lose a sweater. Go get nervous, go get better. Recent haunting, let your witness. Dogs are sporting, testing fitness. Oh, go get nervous, lift a sweater. Go get nervous, go get better. Go get nervous, go get better. Dogs are slimming, too much stiffness. Oh, go get nervous, I can better. Go get nervous, go get better. Go get nervous, go get better. Go get nervous, go get better.
Nicky and the Dots from Voltage 78 and Girl Gets Nervous. The reason I mentioned all that piranha stuff, I almost forgot about it actually, was because they asked me to say that their gigs for the next couple of weeks will inevitably have to be cancelled, but they'll try and fulfil all of their obligations after that. And I have an EP from Dave Bishop and the Apostles on Bible Records, In Tune with Heaven, it says, and this comes from Romford, Essex, and Dave has got in touch with me and asked me to play this track for Jenny. It's called No Feelings. Dave Bishop and the Apostles.
So can you say you're my friend? And then you point to your purse. Seem to enjoy the action depraved. The only do it for you. Do anything that you crave. You got no feelings for me. You got no feelings for me. You talk about my friend. It's like a part of your show. Sometimes you think them out. Don't look surprised that I know. Playing a game, ask upon, do it again and again. From dusk until dawn, you got no feelings for me. You got no feelings for me.
That's Dave Bishop and the Apostles, and Dave Bishop's version of a song called No Feelings. Well, I mean, it's his own song called No Feelings, and that was for Jenny. This is the other No Feelings. Which brings us to We Love Malcolm by Paddy, Mick, Brendan and Joe O-Level.
You're the hero and you're the star. Just a scapegoat is what you are. But where are the boys who all told the toys? Proposers and Ted Park they've all gone away on a Broadway day, eating sandwiches and drinking Coke. We love Malcolm, we love Malcolm, we love Malcolm, we love Malcolm. If no one else does, na 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 na. Can you still remember your very first concert? Na 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 na. And did you wear badges of your favourite punk rock group? Na 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 na. Was it $2.50 or $3.50 or £4 that you paid to see the Buzzards live at the Roundhouse? Gosh, that's really great. We love Malcolm, we love Malcolm, we love Malcolm, we love Malcolm. If no one else does, na 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 na. We love Malcolm. We love Malcolm. We love Malcolm. We love Malcolm. Malcolm loves us.
I think we all do. Those are O-Level and We Love Malcolm from their EP on King's Road Records. And two more tracks from Generation X, Running with the Boss Sound and Night of the Cadillacs, with a brief pause that refreshes in the middle of them. Generation X.
We're
I think that Billy Idol could be another Alvin Stardust, you know. You can say what you like. That's Generation X. And the sleeve of the LP, forthcoming as it is, has lots of super snaps of the boys in informal poses. And the two tracks there were Running with the Boss Sound and Night of the Cadillacs. Two more yet to come. And winning the final of the Kid Jensen programme Band of Hope and Glory competition, which was staged at the London Palladium recently, doesn't seem to have guaranteed the Leyton Buzzards a great deal of work, unless they're being very, very cool and just taking the occasional selected gig. The only one that Brian managed to discover they were playing is at Eric's in Liverpool on the 8th of February, but just perhaps they're, resting, who can say. Anyway, from the Leyton Buzzards, this is the greatest story ever told. course, there's a particularly dashing programming touch from John Walters following Generation X with the Leyton Buzzards, because the Generation X LP was produced by Ian Hunter, and the star of the greatest story ever told was Jeff Hunter. I don't think you probably spotted that. Do you remember those piercing blue eyes? My goodness me, he was delicious. This is Steve Hillage from a double LP called Live Herald, a whole bunch of different things. Some of them you'll know, some of them you won't.
Welcome to the Rainbow. Very nice in the rain. Spring is here, ladies and gentlemen. Spring is here.
Well, the boys and girls certainly seem to like that. That's the Dervish Riff, Castle in the Clouds and Hurdy-Gurdy Man from the double LP set Live Herald. That's Steve Hillage, recorded at the Rainbow Theatre, London, March the 26th, 1977. More of the same, amongst other things, on tomorrow night's programme. The reason I sound a little hesitant, if I do sound a little hesitant, can you tell the difference, is because while that was going on, the studio filled up with Undertones, who were earlier recording a session for our programme, and I may speak to some of them later, I may not. I'm that kind of a person. These are Israel Vibration, an excellent LP on Top Ranking called the same song. This is Walk the Streets of Glory. Hey, we're having a wild time in the studio now. I can tell you the boys are having a burping contest. See what I mean? Burping contest in the corner and making paper darts and throwing them around. Oh dear, these are Tube Army. Don't worry, I'll get rid of them.
Flow my tears, the new police song. The slogan of peace is you must live. They've got me and I'm one of them. Cancel silence, they screamed for days. We've been here before, we won't stay. They can die, they can just turn off. Some people move in circles, some people need the heroes, but I don't mind. I don't mind. Please listen to the sirens. We don't wish to be your friends. Please listen to the sirens. We will never call again. Mr. Webb, there is no way out. Love this room. Please don't fight your walls. Can you see I'm wasting your time? The street cars rust in a scene. Music was empty like me, but I don't care. I don't care. Please listen to the sirens. We don't wish to be your friends. Please listen to the sirens. We won't ever call again. If I could stay here for now with someone just a bit like you, oh no. Maybe I would dream again of someone just a bit like you, I suppose so. Station boys keep their hands on steel. 2 white days now seem quite unreal. It's always so close but never quite arrives. My vision's like an old film, shaky, there's nothing through my window. Oh my, no photo on my bedside, black, white, no image in my mirror. Bye.
That's very Oh, they do love embarrassing me, these boys. That ends very suddenly. That could be the end of it. Might not be the end of it. That would be very embarrassing indeed. Yes, it was the end of it. Tube Army, and from their LP on blue vinyl on Beggar's Banquet, that was Listen to the Sirens. And we've taken an undertone out of his packing case, and he's going to speak to us now. What songs did you record for us this evening? Can't remember. Okay, well...
Here comes the summer.
Yes.
No, listening in.
You can talk into the
entertainment.
microphones. That's the black thing in front of you.
Family entertainment.
Yeah.
Listening in. Here comes the summer. And some Bully Stirred, some other song.
They're all new songs.
Aye, fairly new. Brand new, got them for Christmas.
What's happened to you when the Rosillo's tour fell through? What's happened to you since then? Because that was a bit of a blow, wasn't it? When you started off with Sire Records, multi-million dollar international recording conglomerate, and then the tour fell through. What's happened to you since then?
None. We went home for Christmas. No, we recorded a single then, which you've been playing
Yes.
a lot. And then we went home again. And then we came back. We done a TV, and then we went home again, and then we came back, and then we done your session tonight.
Yeah. Which TV did you do?
It's some programme won't be shown. They seen us on it, and so they decided not to show it.
You
So
said-
we'll show it after 9:30 at night
Oh, you've certainly been making an impact anyway. And you've got an LP that you're starting on
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Wednesday.
Yeah. Who's producing that?
Roger Bachirian. Roger or some French name. Roger Dupont.
And what about gigs? Are you doing huge tours of America? I mean, what are you doing like with gigs?
We're doing a tour of Japan after we leave it, and then do a tour of Australia, New Zealand, Canada.
Are you making this up, are you? Or is this true?
I'm making that up.
I thought you were. Too. Now, what are you doing really?
Doing a tour of the States. Craigan Estate.
A tour of the
Kieran Hill Estate.
a tour of the Red Cow Hammersmith. You know?
Aye. A pub crawl. No.
Well, at this stage, I should play an Undertones record, but you think I'm going to after that? I'm supposed to be doing round table in a couple of weeks with these people. That's Eddie and Ernie, and a bit of a collector's classic, that actually, on Eastern Records. Time Waits for No One. It's a cheap trick from a promotional LP which you can't get your hands on more than likely, called From Tokyo to You. And this is their version of Fats Domino's Ain't That a Shame. Cheap Trick recorded in Japan on their version of Ain't That a Shame, and this is the original, 24 years old in February.
You made me cry when you said goodbye. Ain't that a shame? My tears feel like rain. Ain't that a shame? You're the one to blame. You broke my heart when you said we'll part. Ain't that a shame? My tears feel like rain. Ain't that a shame? You're the one to blame. Oh well, goodbye. Although I'll cry, ain't that a shame? My tears feel like rain. Ain't that a shame? You're the one to blame. You made me cry when you said goodbye. Ain't that a shame? My tears feel like rain. Ain't that a shame? You're the one to blame. Oh well, goodbye. Although I'll cry, ain't that a shame? My tears feel like rain. Ain't that a shame? You're the one to blame.
Fats Domino, and Ain't That a Shame, 24 years old and approximately 24 times better than the Cheap Trick version in my view. These are the Leyton Buzzards again. Love is just a dream.
Love is just a dream. I'm looking for a girl to love, a one God sent down from above. You seek her here, you seek her there, you seek her sweetheart everywhere. Keep searching for your queen or your Juliet or Josephine, but everywhere there's
Ah, that's the Leyton Buzzards and Love Is Just a Dream. Two more tracks now as advertised from the LP by Generation X, their second, English Dream and Love Like Fire.
Shout it out. He can look at me. You can make it real. You can get it if you want. Hey, no one, when I first started out, they shut all the doors. But I laughed at all the doors, and I kicked them down. Here's my energy for you. Step into the light. While you still feel young. Don't let me down. The English dream, don't let me down. The English dream, don't let me down. The English dream, don't let me down. Tell me.
have to hear this LP a few more times before I make up my mind, but that's Generation X anyway, with English Dream and Love Like Fire. And another track from the LP Business Unusual, which is that Zigzag Cherry Red compilation drawn from the catalogues of small labels. This is, curiously enough, from Good Vibrations catalogue.
Anything. Oh, mommy always seemed to be there to wash and scrub a little Jackie's hair, to pick it dander for on scalp and give him pills when he's ill. Oh, mommy doesn't seem to realize little Jackie is now a problem child. She asked the doctor, what's wrong with him? The doctor says, oh, not a teenage rebel, not a spotty problem kid, not a teenage rebel, oh, think a teenage rebel. Oh, wait. Oh, not a teenage rebel, not a spotty problem kid, not a teenage rebel. Oh, take a teenage rebel away. A rebel, a teenage rebel. A rebel, a teenage rebel. Church is for the godly, no. A rule for the unruled, no. A rule for the unruled, no. A rule for the unruled. Now beyond the command, they ask the shrinks, what's wrong with us? The shrink says, oh, another teenage rebel. Not a spotty problem kid, not a teenage rebel. Oh, take a teenage rebel away. Oh, not a teenage rebel, not a spotty problem kid, not a teenage rebel. Oh, take a teenage rebel away.
It's those spotty problem 39-year-olds that really need your consideration. Those are the Outcasts, and that's on the LP Business Unusual on Cherry Red, just another teenage rebel. Here and now from their LP Give and Take, what you see is what you are. Don't know what it means. that's Here and Now, and what you see is what you are. And after our penetrating and in-depth interview with an undertone, I've got all the timings on the programme entirely messed up, so you're going to hear about half of this next record. I promise I'll play it in its entirety later on next week. Stop talking, you lot. Completely out of control. And that's produced by Big Youth, and it's called Camp David Summit, and as I say, I'll play it in its entirety later on. Sorry about having to fade it, because I hate having to do that, but otherwise I couldn't get the rest of the programme in. These are the Leyton Buzzards. It's the last from them. It's called Baby If You Love Me Say Yes, If You Don't Say No.
Baby, don't make me wait. Baby, I'm in a state. If you love me, say yes. If you don't, say no. Baby, don't make me wait. Baby, I'm in a state. If you love me, say yes. If you don't, say no. I ask you to be my girl. I ask
love me, say yes. If you don't, say no.
I don't think you boys are taking this entirely seriously. Those are the Leyton Buzzards, and the last from them tonight, Baby. If you love me, say yes. If you don't, say no. Two more tracks, as promised, from the Kevin Coyne LP, Millionaires and Teddy Bears. This is Having a Party.
Party, oh what fun. See the little girls now, see how they squeal and run. Out on the patio, millionaires a go-go. If you want another drink, there's plenty more under the sink. Spot the millionaires, aristocrats, big teddy bears, fools and fools' hats. Discussing my future, I wonder why. They tell me I'd be much better off if I told one little lie. Smoke up the chimney, bones of pop stars. They say I've got to be tough and rough and tough and rough and tough and rough if you wanna be a pop star. Spot the millionaires, aristocrats, big teddy bears, fools and fools' hats. Nightmare boogie one last night. I dreamed I was trapped in a hole full of gold and discs. Somebody said to me, which one is yours? And I had to confess I hadn't got one, hadn't got a single, hadn't got a single one at all. Not one at all. Not one at all. He said, get back, don't want you here. Get back, go away.
little white hand in the atomic night. The face of the future, so clear and bright. There's leopards leaping before your eyes. See your face, so clear and wide. Down your garden, there's someone there. She's got white hands and long blonde hair. Now naked laughter is no more a sin, so enjoy yourself and jump on in. Dancing there on a spiky lawn, you're singing past midnight until dawn. Feels so good, good to be alive. I had a vision of this in 1955. It's coming true. Come round my house, we'll have some fun. You can dance on the table and fire your gun. They're just rubber bullets, they won't cause no pain. You laugh and love again and again and again. You remember, I'll go to. I'll go to.
More tracks tomorrow, I promise you. Kevin Coyne from the LP Millionaires and Teddy Bears having a party, and I'll go too. And I thought, because there's obviously a lot of people listening to this programme who are not familiar with his work, that I'd play you a few tracks during the next few programmes by the greatest rock guitarist of them all. Who's he talking of? I hear you whimper. The mighty Dwayne Eddy. This is from the LP Have Twangy Guitar Will Travel. Secret Vices of the Disc Jockeys. That's the mighty Dwayne Eddy, and Detour from the LP Have Twangy Guitar Will Travel. Like to hear the beginning of the next track, would you? Bet you would. Right, that's enough. Too much excitement's bad for you. That's the end of tonight's programme, on which you heard a session from the Leyton Buzzards. Tomorrow night, the debut of the members, and more from Kevin Coyne, Steve Hillage and Generation X. I wouldn't be at all surprised. No undertones in the studio, I promise you, all right? So it'll be safe to listen.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, well. Good night. How am I going to get home?